So a Garfield Heights woman was accused of, at the time, which this was back in March, of actually I think it was actually before that, but a Garfield Heights woman accused of causing a hit skip crash, kind of like a hit and run, led to a 9-year-old Euclid girl's death, has been referred to a psychiatric clinic to determine whether she is eligible for transfer to a mental health court. You guys hear about Tommy talking about that all the time, about women getting the benefit of the doubt, and they're going to be like, what was wrong with her? You know, there must have been something wrong, that she killed somebody or that she abused somebody or something like that. So this is another example of that. Hashtag where's Roger? You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to continue to keep giving you guys examples. The little girl's name that was hit by this woman that was in her car, she hit this little girl. The little girl's name was Desire Mays, and her name was D-E apostrophe capital Z-Y-R-E Mays. Beautiful little girl. Look at that smile, man. Look at that smile. Reminds me of my daughter when she was her age. My daughter is a bit older than this young lady here. Beautiful little girl. I love that natural hair right there, man. That is just something, you know, any mother or father could be proud of, man, making sure and keeping your children natural. So I love that. But unfortunately, Desire Mays was hit by a motorist, and that motorist's name was LaCynthia Tidmore, who was 23. She was hit by a motorist on Babbitt Road about 7 a.m. on November 9th of last year as she crossed the road to stand at a bus stop. I'm telling you guys, man, this might be gut-wrenching from some of you people, especially if you guys are parents. This hurts me to talk about this. Because like I said, I've seen my daughter through all of her years, man. And my daughter isn't a whole lot older than this young girl. Right there. Beautiful little smile, man. She just looks like a pleasant, person. You know what I'm saying? So November 9th, she was crossing the road to stand at the bus stop. And she was hit. She died November 21st as a result of her injuries she sustained in the incident, according to Euclid police. LaCynthia Tidmore, who's age 23, which is the woman with the crazy red hair, is charged with aggravated vehicular homicide and failure to stop after an accident. Each count is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. The little girl was 7 years, 9. I'm sorry. Actually, she's a lot closer to my daughter's age than I thought. So the little girl that was hit was 9. The woman that hit her was age 23. She said, read the donation, Leslie, DJ Red. Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually read it twice. Hold on, I can read it again. Because I definitely want to make sure that if you guys didn't hear me. Matter of fact, Leslie, are you in the chat right now? I'll take a pause for that. If people are going to put their money where their mouth is, I will absolutely take a pause for that and show you guys some respect and make sure that you guys hear me when I read those donations out. Be more than happy to do that for you. Leslie, because I know it takes a little minute for you guys to... because you guys are about 30 seconds behind me. So let me know when you're on, Leslie. Okay, there she is. All right. Says, love watching your shows and you bring straight facts every time. Keep up the excellent work. 100. So shout out to Leslie Taylor who took our dollar challenge. Definitely appreciate that. So thank you very much, Leslie. I appreciate that. No worries. No worries. And like I say, guys, that's why I say sometimes, we just want to make sure that and give everybody their credit and just due. So definitely don't mind doing that. It's like I say, these people have contributed something. It's like I say, a lot of times people won't contribute anything, but they'll ask for a whole lot in return. I know we can agree to that, right? So I have no problem with that. All right, so here we go. LaCynthia Tidmore, age 23, which is going to, that thing right there, age 23, is charged with aggravated vehicular homicide and failure to stop after an accident. So two different charges. Each count is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. I want you guys to catch that. Key point. For hitting and running and killing a kid. Five years. And that is up to. Up to. Only 5 years for killing someone's kid and running. Does everybody understand where I'm coming from with that? Hit and run murder. 5 years. This little girl never had a chance. I apologize if I get too worked up. I have to apologize to you guys if I get too worked up in this story. Because I have a daughter and there ain't nothing I wouldn't do for my daughter, man. Nothing. 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 Yeah, KCSE said the first count she got 5 years, second count she got 36 months. You guys have contributed enough to the show. I have to compose myself and I have to do this story. So you guys just bear with me, okay? Please bear with me. It's very difficult for me to do this. Here we go. After a short time, the victim was struck. The suspect's car was found at a nearby gas station. Shortly after that, Tidmore made arrangements to turn herself in to the police, prosecutors said. I'm trying, y'all. Just bear with me, please. After a short time, the victim was struck. The suspect's car was found at a nearby gas station. Shortly after that, Tidmore made arrangements to turn herself in to the police, prosecutors said. And people have got on to me about this name before. Y'all are going to kill me again. So I'm going to put this name in here because I can't pronounce it. I think Brielle told me this before. Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Judge Peter J. Corrigan. That is a tongue twister in its own. Let me know if I said that name right. Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Judge Peter J. Corrigan. I actually said it right twice, I think. Has granted her request to be examined for possible psychotic disorder. Those with an intellectual function below an IQ of 75 are also mental health court candidates. The case remains set for trial April 9th, which has already passed. So I'm going to give you guys the update on that. Desire attended Euclid Prep School on Euclid Avenue. After the incident, the community rallied behind the victim's family. The school hosted a benefit dinner to help with medical and funeral costs. At that time, Tidmore was out of jail after posting a 10% bond of $5,000, which, if you guys know, 10% of $5,000 is $500, and that's all she got. So, yes, I did pronounce that. Thank you. I remember. Don't ask me how I remember because my memory is not that good. I looked at it and I said, Everybody jumped my butt the last time I was not able to pronounce Cuyahoga correctly. So I just happened to remember after that text message whooping that you guys gave me. Right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a couple of videos. And I'm hoping to not take up too much of you guys' time tonight. And I'm sorry that I'm having difficulty doing this story. But it's about kids, man. I get worked up about kids. So here we go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Yes, exactly, Lowell. Please understand, guys. This woman hit and ran after she hit a 9-year-old child, defenseless, going to school, probably in a school zone, probably going nowhere. She was probably going fast to go nowhere. Hit a kid, injured a kid fatally. Didn't check on the kid, didn't call 911, didn't do a damn thing. Drove off. Why? Because, as Jesse Williams says, black women care and put everybody else's needs over themselves. That's what Jesse Williams says. But here you go. You have a black woman. Let me take this off the screen so you guys can see her face. I'm about to put it back on her face, if I can. Right there. Says that black women put everyone above themselves. But this woman, in this case, in every freaking example that we give, that thing right there said, I'm more worried about me getting in trouble and I'm going to leave this little girl out here to die, when if all she did was committed an accident, all she had to do was call 911. And this is a legitimate reason to call 911, get help out there, and could have potentially saved this 9-year-old girl Desire's life. She left her to die. And she's going to do less than 5 years. They're going to give her leniency. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me just show you the story. We've already given you the fair use. Here we go.
Well, a Cleveland woman's been charged in Euclid Municipal Court with felony hit skip.
And the family of the little 9-year-old girl is getting ready to say goodbye. Brian Duffy here now with this tragic story. Brian.
Yeah, it certainly is. Desire Mays was on her way to school, making the short walk from her home to school when she was hit by a car on Babbitt Road in Euclid. It was a long weekend of hope for her family, but now they know she won't make it. On life support, once arrangements are made, they'll let her go.
I wish it had happened to me instead of her. And I do.
Rosemary Mays is heartbroken. Her granddaughter, Desire Mays, who she says, with her big, bright, infectious smile, could light up any room she entered, has just endured too much. She's on life support and won't survive.
And she's going to be gone. My grandbaby's going to be gone.
As soon as funeral arrangements are made for Desire, the family will let her go. LaCynthia Tidmore has been charged with felony hit skip. She eventually called police and turned herself in. Desire's dad, Lariat Mays, is struggling right now. He says he never even considered that he would have to bury one of his kids, and now he'll have to watch her go.
It's going to be kind of hard because right now it really haven't hit me because it's like unreal right now.
Hard to imagine. Lariat Mays and Rosemary Mays admit that they are very angry right now, more than angry, really, at the suspect for not stopping and trying to help. They wonder that if she had, that there may have been some hope for Desire. Brian Duffy, Cleveland 19.
And thank you. That was exactly what I said. She didn't even get a little girl a chance at all. She didn't get a little girl a chance. And that was my point, man. And the law is there for a reason. Just follow the damn laws. She knew better than to hit some kid, hit anyone, and to drive off. Not apologizing, not anything. Just now we're going to say, oh, she's crazy. What? But she had I'm assuming she had a license to drive. She was behind the vehicle. Really? Brian, I did notice that too. I can't even go in on the dad because number one, that's his baby, man. That's his baby girl. And I'm sure that he's probably going through it. Number two, we've been asking all this time, hashtag, where's the father? And Teddy on Fire said, at least there is a father. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you. Finally, we have a father that we can report on in the story. Crazy yet able to drive. That's my point. Here's the next video.
Woman will spend the next 8 years behind bars for a hit and run that killed a 9-year-old girl last November. LaCynthia Tidmore was sentenced today after being convicted of the charges including aggravated vehicular homicide, vehicular manslaughter, not stopping for an accident, and others. On November 9th, the car driven by Tidmore struck the 9-year-old on Babbitt Road in Euclid, but didn't stop. The girl later died of her injuries at the hospital, and Tidmore turned herself into police later that day.
Wow, man. That is so freaking sad, dude. Let me go ahead and I'm going to let me see which one. I'm going to put a little bit of the court footage up here so you guys can take a look at this. I'm going to mute it while I read the rest of the story here. There's a little bit of the court footage, okay? So, the woman who hit her, who's LaCynthia Tidmore of Cleveland, Ohio, of Cuyahoga, a Garden Heights woman, she was sentenced to 8 years in prison on Thursday after the November hit and run death of 9-year-old Desire, who was walking to school to get to the bus stop. LaCynthia, who is that thing right there, showed little emotion through the hearing, and you can see that right there. She doesn't look like she gives a crap. So I'm going to tell you something. It's just like what Tommy says. Please understand that Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and absolutely will not stop ever until you or your kids or your loved ones are dead. Robots don't feel pain, but I do. That was the last part of that video. That sometimes you guys may or may not remember that. Tidmore pleaded guilty in April to vehicular manslaughter and leaving the scene of an accident charges, both felonies. Corrigan imposed the maximum sentence of 8 years. So she's going to get 8 years for taking a little girl's life that was so young. This little girl didn't even get to see no life. Didn't get to see middle school, didn't get to see high school, didn't get to see college, didn't really get to make no friends. You know, won't be able to have a date, a boyfriend, her first kiss, her first crush. I don't even think most girls have barely started their cycle by this point. So they gave her 8 years because she agreed to plead guilty to vehicular manslaughter. The girl was on her way to Euclid Preparatory School, meaning she was probably very intelligent, where she was in third grade about 7 a.m. on November 9th. She crossed the street near Babbitt Road and on East 232nd Street when Tidmore struck her. The little girl suffered multiple injuries, including a broken neck. Jesus Christ. Woo. Tidmore then stopped at a gas station in Cleveland on East 185th Street to get gas and joked with the clerk. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, I can't even focus on this story. LaCynthia Tidmore, after she hit the little girl who suffered multiple injuries, including a broken neck, stopped at a gas station in Cleveland on East 185th Street to get gas and joked with the clerk, who was actually related to the girl's family, about the damage to her car. She called police later that day to arrange her surrender. Prosecutors say telephone records show that Tidmore was using her cell phone at the time of the crash. Desire lived for 14 days in the hospital before she eventually died, meaning she was on life support for 14 days. They knew she was not going to make it. They just basically gave them enough time to make last arrangements for their daughter. All right. Let me get you guys the next video. Maybe this will give me a chance to get a little bit of a breather. Okay. Are you guys ready for the kicker? Are you guys ready for something that's really, really going to make you think really hard right now? We have 195 people watching. It's almost 200 people watching. I can't believe we had that many people watching at 1 o'clock at night. Iguzes me says, I can't stop crying. She was so scared. She was all alone. Absolutely, man. Joke. MG said what really bothered me. She joked with the gas clerk. What's funny about that? What is funny about anything in life? You hit a little girl, caused her multiple injuries, and broke her neck. And couldn't call the police, didn't call the police, drove to the goddamn gas station. This is the actual thing that happened in court. Here we go.
Ms. Twyla Austin Williamson is going to address you.
Spell your first name.
Twyla, T-W-Y-L-A. Desire Lemire Mays, wonderful little girl. She affected a lot of people's lives. She was a straight A student. She loved school. She loved to dance. She loved to sing. She was very respectful and very mature for her age. I was very hard on her because I know how society is. At the age of 9, she knew how to cook. She could clean. She could wash dishes. She was so excited to turn 10 because we had this big party planned for her. not playing in the street. She was crossing the street to go to her bus stop. We live on Babbitt. I don't understand what I am going through. I am seeing a psychiatrist. I am on 3 different medications. I have tried to kill myself. This is just so unfair. And I would have some type of sympathy for LaCynthia if she just would have stopped. The accident had already happened. She broke my daughter's neck. That is how my daughter died. She died on the scene. She was in the hospital for 15 days because I couldn't let her go. When they caught it dead on arrival means she died at the scene. She broke both of my daughter's femurs. She slashed from the inside out. She broke every bone in my daughter's face. Every tooth in the front of her face was gone. Her chin was split wide open. Her eyes was bulging out of her head. Her neck was broken. You had to be speeding. No way you was doing 30 miles. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. My daughter leaves out the house at 6:53. Her father leaves right before her. I work night shift. We practiced this for a whole week. So I know my daughter knew how to cross the streets a whole week before this happened. This was the first day that I let her go anywhere by herself. This is what y'all don't understand, the type of mother that I am. I stopped my life for my daughter and my whole life for my child. She was a good kid, and everybody fast that she crossed loved her. The school stopped for all the kids to go to her funeral. This is not fair to me. As a driver, you are obligated to pay attention. Not only your license was suspended when you was driving to begin with, you didn't even have insurance.
Chaz, actually, the father was involved. I don't know if you caught that, sis, but I played it earlier. But the dad is there. The mom and the father actually, believe it or not, Chaz, as many stories as I do where the mother and the father are not there, the mother and the father actually were here. And she just talked about it just a second ago. And she said the father leaves for work right before she goes to school. So they have been practicing for this before they finally let her try to go herself. And they said that she knew the protocol with getting to the bus stop. No license, no insurance. Yep. Yeah.
I don't have no money. I'm an STNA. I won't work my butt off. I don't get child support. I don't get anything. I never went to child support. I took the responsibility once I left her father. That was that. And I raised my daughter for 8 years by myself with the support of these people that you see. These are not just people just coming out the woodwork. These are people who know Desire, who loves Desire, who was in her life. She had 9 birthdays, and my cousin was at every last birthday. Her kids was at every last birthday. I don't have that anymore. I can't hold my daughter. I can't yell at her. I can't put her on punishment. I don't have any more kids.
Wow.
And for you to just disregard, you knew what you did, how your tire fell off, your bumper was off. A cone not gonna do that. I don't care that it was construction, a little couple of minutes. A cone wouldn't have done that. A car was, RTA Transit was behind her and blew because they seen my daughter. How you didn't see her? So you that into your phone? Somebody's behind you blowing, warning you. that you finna hit my child. You killed her on the scene. There was no tire marks in the streets. You kept going. Then you called either your mother, your sister, I don't know who you called, but you called for a ride. You went into the gas station. You paid $10 for gas. You was on the phone calling a tow truck. And you took your butt to work like my daughter was not nothing. How didn't you know when you hit something, boom, 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 you're not gonna look up and look in your rearview mirror? My daughter hit your windshield. You didn't see that my daughter was 70 pounds. You didn't feel that? You didn't run her over. You hit her and she flew. And she hit the curb and broke her neck. My daughter's eyes was protruding out of her face. She was lifeless. They gave her that shot for her heart to start beating. That's why I had her for 15 days. 2 extra days because I decided to save another child's life and donated her organs. Damn. I wear my daughter's ashes around my neck. That's not something. My daughter's birthday is coming up. She gets to see her children. Not only that, Monday, this is why my eye is like this. Why did I even have to cross paths with her at Aldi's when I live on Babbitt? Why is she tormenting me like I killed her child? If you was paying attention, this would have never happened. Period. And then for you to be tormenting me, talking about some you don't want no wreck, I didn't even know that was her. I don't go following her. My family's not tormenting her. If we wanted to retaliate, we could have. Her records are open. It's public records. I did it the right way, and I did it by the law, and it still didn't go as planned. Why do she have the leisure to still go to work, to still see her children, to still live, to be on Sis Is This Your Man group on Facebook arguing over her boyfriend that kicked me in my face? How are you sorry? When you see me in the grocery store, you should have turned around and walked out. You didn't do that. You said you don't want no wreck. I didn't even know this was her. I'm not paying her no attention. I'm in a grocery store. I don't even go to the grocery store. I just so happen to do that. I don't do anything. I haven't worked. I haven't done nothing. But I have to sit here and look at this woman who killed my daughter, and she laughed in my face like it was a joke. How is that sorry? If I was her, if you didn't walk away, at least you could have been like, Twyla, I know you know my name because you clearly know my face. So you could have been like, I'm sorry, Twyla. You could have gave me a hug. You could have came to the hospital. I'm not that type of person. You did none of that. I would have had some type of compassionate because you are a mother, because you are young. So I would have had some compassionate for you, some type of sympathy for you. But you just disregard him. You're not sorry. You pleading guilty to make a show. This is a show for her. Because when we came to court April 9th, she stood right there.
I think somebody caught that because I caught it too, sitting here listening. And somebody said they were beefing and she killed her daughter. So that might have been on golly. But how they gonna prove it though? How are they gonna prove premeditated murder? Yep, TJ Phoenix. This news just in. They knew each other. How about that? How about that? Wow. What's up, DJ C Smooth? Hey, everybody show some love to my brother DJ C Smooth, man. He's been one of the biggest financial contributors over here, man. Shout out to my brother DJ C Smooth. Always showing love. And thank you for being in the building, my brother. I appreciate it. It's an honor to always have you here, man. What y'all think about that? We have, I didn't even realize that we got 271 people, damn near 275 people watching at 2 a.m. in the morning Central Standard Time. That's crazy. They knew each other. Do you think the dad knows about the beef? It's a possibility if they are not like in a relationship. Hi, Ty Sands. What up? It's a possibility that he might know, but it's a possibility he might not know if he's not on good terms with the mom, if they're not together. Yeah, big ass plot twist. The beef was out. Oh, they said the beef was out. Well, how could it have been, Jay Jones? He said the beef was after the hit and run. But how could it have been? Unless I heard it wrong. I might have heard it wrong. I might have heard it wrong, guys. Why were they beefing? I'm assuming, see, I don't consider, the reason why I say it's probably before instead of after, because she make it sound like she knew who she was, and I don't know that she would have got that acquainted with her in just the 14 days that little girl was on life support. Because she was in jail after that point, depending on when she posted bail. I don't know if she would have found out all of this information that quick. So logic dictates to me in this situation, based on what I know and based on what I've heard, that I'm assuming that she's speaking on beef that they had before. Right? Kobe, just try to follow the story, and I'll probably reiterate here in a little bit, okay? What the title kind of gives you like a synopsis of what the story is about, and then I'm gonna go back and read a little bit more, but you got to hear the rest of this because we're already halfway through this video. Here we go.
And right here, and when you said willingly knowing that you hit a child, she looked at her lawyer and said, "I didn't know I hit her. How did you know?"
That's impossible. And they should have got her for freaking perjury for lying. There's no way she couldn't have known that she tore up the whole front end of her car. How do you hit a child and don't know that you hit a child? A 9-year-old on top of that. Even if it was a small 9-year-old, you would know. In my opinion, what's up, Guiltless? In my opinion, I think that they knew each other beforehand. Okay, Jay Jones said she saw her in the store and started a fight. That was after the hit and run. Huh. Wow. Man. God, this is so confusing. Jay Jones, thank you for putting that out there. And you know what's even more messed up, guys? I don't know if y'all heard this before, earlier in the story. Her bail was only $5,000. We have a lot of fives. We do a lot of stories and things that equivocate to $5,000. $5,000 bail, 10% equals $500 bond. She bonded out. Smashing this little girl up. I mean, smashed to the death, man. Come on. What is up with Ohio and y'all fucked up laws? $5,000 bail for running over a child and not stopping. That's not vehicular manslaughter. That's like murder. That's intent to kill. That is so much other stuff that y'all could have thrown at her. Who is the prosecutor for Euclid? Anybody from Ohio? Y'all, whenever y'all vote again, y'all need to vote that person out. Whoever y'all prosecutor is in Euclid, y'all need to vote them out. That's some bull crap. $5,000 bail. She bails out of $500 and they run into each other at the damn store? What? I'm sorry. I'm just tell you guys this without actually physically telling you guys this. We almost have 300 people watching. I'm telling all 275 people that are watching. That woman is better than me. You walk into the store, but you might not walk out the damn store if it were me. The woman that hit her kid walked into the store. If it were me, I'm not too positive that she would have walked out that store. Let's keep going.
You might not have known initially because you were texting. But once that car hit my daughter, you knew. You didn't run her over. She fell on the top of your car, rode over your windshield. Your car was undrivable, but you kept going till you made it to 185th gas station. You went to work. You had no intentions on turning yourself in. The only reason why you turned yourself in is because the lady that was at the scene followed you to the gas station and called Euclid police.
Wow, y'all hear that? So she was intending on not getting caught. Went to work. Man, there's got to be some way that you can verify that she went to work. If she went to work, boy, we got to start advocating for children, man. That's why I say that you dig, man, is we advocate for children over here. Take your pens. We'll put a pin in that. Come back to it. I'm going to continue to play the video before I get even more upset. We had a couple more people take the dollar challenge. Dollar challenge accepted. Shout out to Ron P, who took the dollar challenge for 2 people. Also, shout out to, let me make sure I can say the name. Joseph D says, best regards. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, best regards. Alana, first time donator. You are an excellent host. I enjoy your shows, music, and format. So, Alana, thank you very much. That is dope. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that. So if you guys enjoy me being the host of DeSoto You Dig, I definitely appreciate that. All I want to do, man, is just make you guys happy, give you guys content, make you guys think, and make and just make a difference. That's all I want to do.
That's why I don't owe you anything. I don't want no apology because you should have apologized at the scene, and I would have been way more lenient. She needs to get the max that she can get consecutively. Wherever that is, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, that's 8 years. You really need to get more than that. Because when you see me in the grocery store, how are you sorry? How can you change the hands of times when you initiated a fight? How is that sorry?
And I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm pretty much on the mother's side on this, but this is what I would think would be the smart thing to do. If y'all don't mind me taking a pause real quick, this is why if you happen to have to make a statement in court over something very difficult like this, I think it's best to take your pen, write it down, read your statement. That way you don't pontificate, and that way that you don't that way you could be very, very direct about what you want to say. It could be concise, and you can get it out and say everything that you need to say. Y'all holla if you hear me on that. Give me a thumbs up if y'all hear me on that.
That's not sorry. When you seen me, I didn't see you. So when you seen me, you should have walked away. You shouldn't have been coming talking about some I don't want no wreck. You got the wrong one. Because I could have retaliated. I didn't. I could have went to your mama house. I could have went to your sister's house. I didn't do none of that. I let the law handle it.
Here's the inner BT coming out. This is what scares me about my sisters right here. Thank you, none of you. I appreciate that, man. This is what scares. Yeah, going off topic. Yeah, there we go. Now we getting them thumbs up. And she wanted to fight. The fighting I totally get, Spank Buddha. The fighting I get. Wanting to hurt the woman, I totally get that. I understand that. She's going off topic. She's just saying a whole bunch of words. I think that terminology is pontificating, if I'm not mistaken.
In the honor of my daughter, because I know my daughter wouldn't want me behind bars. The type of mother that I am, I don't play no games about my daughter. My daughter is very respectful. You can ask any teacher, anybody.
Let me give a shout out to, let me make sure I can say the name. Some people are crazy. Andrea Mann in the chat says, "What a horrible thing to have happen. Thank you for all you do. I love your show for Soto Nation." And she took the challenge and took it on for multiple people. So that is absolutely dope. So thank you so much. Also, we got one more coming from, let me make sure I can say the name. Maloish W. I'll say that. And he also took the challenge. So thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for that donation. That is dope. So we had almost about, how many people watching? 282. That was pretty dope. So just whatever that is, split in half. It's 141, about 141. And I think we actually are going to reach that goal by the end of the show. So that's actually pretty dope, man. So here we go.
She's not one of these little bad, rowdy kids. She's not like that. And even if she was, she still don't deserve to die. She can't bring my daughter back because of the injuries that she sustained. And I get that. What I'm saying is, as a human, as a mother, because what type of mother are you? You probably don't even got custody of your kids.
Now she's... This is why you need to write down what you're going to say. Yeah, I was totally with her within the first 5 minutes. Now she's losing me. She lost her train of thought, caught in pain. Yes, Beverly, but she's just being a typical BT at this point. The pain and all that stuff I felt in my chest before has now subsided. Now we're starting to get into the BT, and I don't know. She's going way off course, and now I don't even think her focus is about her daughter. Now her focus is about, I don't know. It's just misguided, I think, at this point. But here we go.
So what type of mother, you have children of your own, will keep going. Once you hit her, you should have stopped. You could have been at the hospital praying with us. You could have gave me a hug. You could have said, "I'm sorry." And I would have took that. And I would have prayed with her. But you didn't do that. Then you want to talk about you incompetent. How are you incompetent, but you steady on the internet? Your sister make a Facebook post just after this happened, calling people, talking about they beat me up at Audie's.
Oh, God. This is now starting to go downhill real fast. Real fast. Your sister made a Facebook post talking about they beat you down at Aldi's. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, no. You don't think so, Dwayne? They jumped her at Aldi's. What? I'm going to back that up just a hair so y'all can hear that again.
I would have took that and I would have prayed with her. But you didn't do that. Then you want to talk about you incompetent. How are you incompetent, but you steady on the internet?
There's a lot of incompetent people on the damn internet. Yep. Thank you, DJ C Smooth. You're saying that in a courtroom.
Your sister make a Facebook post just after this happened, calling people.
I got a suggestion, guys. If y'all want to hop on if anybody wants to hop on the panel, moderators, can one of my moderators put my email address out there? While we have over 200 people watching, anybody can email me and I'll be willing to bring you guys on the panel for a discussion about this.
Talking about they beat me up at Audie's. Y'all don't know who. Cleveland is big, but it's small.
And by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with Aldi's, Aldi's is a small grocery store chain. We have one in my city. It's a small grocery store chain. ALDI''S. There's the email address. They put it out there for you. Dwayne, you can come on. Anybody else, if y'all want to come on, I'll be willing to stay up and extend the show and let you guys come on to the panel. If that sounds good to y'all. Because some of you guys, it's a lot of you people here. I'm assuming somebody wants to talk. So we'll definitely do that. We'll open it up.
You're on Facebook writing statuses about who coming to court with us. So what y'all gonna do at court? This sorry that she's saying, she's not sorry. This is all a show. Because somebody that's sorry, when she seen me in that grocery store, first of all, there's no contact, so she should have left. And why is she driving? Why is she driving? She drove away. Why are you tormenting me? I didn't kill your children. You killed my daughter. You sit up here playing on your phone, playing in your pocket, all blue in your hair like that. You should be in this courtroom crying. You should be remorseful. You should have some empathy as a mother to mother. She don't have no empathy. She doesn't have no sympathy. She doesn't have no morals. And she really do not care. And that's how I honestly, truly feel. But if she would have came at me a different type of way, I probably would be on her side saying, be lenient. I can't do that with a person like that. No way in hell can I pray for her. I can't. I would have.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have noticed how many times she's talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. You feel sorry for her, then you don't feel sorry for her. You feel sorry for her, then you don't feel sorry for her. She says something smart, then she says something dumb. She says something that, gets you right here, and then she says something that gets you right here. Have y'all caught that?
All she had to do was stop. Or instead of calling a ride to pick her up from the gas station, she could have called the police.
Also, shout out to my sister E-Goose Is Me says, here's a little something. I wish it could be more, but it's a rough week. Here is the dollar challenge for me and 4 other people. Peace and blessings to you. Shout out to my sister E-Goose Is Me. E-Goose Is Me, you do more than a lot of people that kick back and watch. All I can do is just say thank you, man. Don't ever put yourself in a bad position. If you guys need to hold on to it, you could always hold on to it for another show. But man, anything that you guys send is big time appreciated here. Anything over 4 quarters is love to my heart. So thank you guys so much for everything that you guys contribute. Here we go. Let's keep going.
Clearly she got a cell phone, right? Because she texting and driving, right? So you didn't even call the police. You just disregard who hit somebody and don't look in their rearview mirror. Or who hit something and not look up.
I agree with Lola. She said, with Lola, she said, I'll give her a pass because she is in grief. Pain and grief. Yes, I 100% agree with that. But that's also why I feel like she should stay on course, have a written statement, and read that written statement that you wrote from the heart. And that way you can say everything you need to say, not say too much, not say too little. Let's keep going. Jay Jones says she's just keeping it real. Have you ever heard of this thing called when keeping it real goes wrong? Make sure to look that up on YouTube when we finish this show. When keeping it real goes wrong. Because it can go real wrong.
So, I'm just asking you, I'm begging you, parent to parent. It's unacceptable. Nobody understands how I feel. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, she needs to get the max that she can get. Because if she would have came at it a whole different way, I would be right with her, praying for her, and asking you not to give her the max. I even would have changed my story, but once Monday happened, I know she is not sorry.
No, she did not just say that. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Did y'all catch that? I'm gonna let it play. Let me see if y'all catch that. I'm gonna let it play, and then I'm gonna rewind it in a minute. I'm gonna back it up so y'all get plenty of time to hear this. Catch this.
Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, she needs to get the max that she can get. Because if she would have came at it a whole different way, I would be right with her, praying for her, and asking you not to give her the max. I even would have changed my story, but once Monday happened, I know she is not sorry. Period. Her and her boyfriend and her sister jumped me. How are you sorry?
Thank you.
Miss Twyla Austin Williamson.
Okay. Did y'all catch that? I don't know if y'all caught what she said. LaQuentin might have caught it. Yeah, Chorus caught it. Chorus caught it. Now think about this, because I'm about to open up the panel, Dwayne. She said, if you would have acquiesced to what I asked you to do or what I wanted you to do, I would have changed my story. What's wrong with her saying I would have changed my story while she's in court? And I don't know if she's under oath or if she's not, but she's giving a court statement. Matter of fact, I just noticed that there's the father right there. So the father is there. What's wrong with somebody changing their story in court? Can anybody name it? What's that called? Let me see if somebody caught that. I'm seeing everybody typing. Did the father come up? Daquan, I actually have a 45-minute video. I don't want to watch the 45-minute video, but I'm not exactly sure. Beverly Jones caught it. That's called perjury.